Hey, ninth graders. Okay, we talked about the graph paper. You're using one of these pieces of graph paper today. This one where it's got graphing on the front and the back. So we're gonna start by folding this paper. It is a different fold than usual. We're gonna get 12 boxes total. So we're not doing our normal 3 folds like we've done in the past. This one, we're gonna start by folding it this way. I always get mixed up on hamburger and hot dog. I guess this one's probably hot dog because it looks like a hot dog, obviously. Like, wow, what a hot dog. Okay, but once you have it folded like this, we're actually going to fold it into 3, the way that I have it drawn, or like shown up here. So I'm gonna fold in these 2 side pieces so that I have 3. It's super technical. If you get confused on this, that's the face. You shouldn't get that confused, okay? Is mine perfect? Yes, it is, even though I didn't line up the corners perfectly. But that's all right, it'll work. Let's see how cool I am. You ready for this? Undefeated. All right, it kind of folded back up on itself, so maybe, yeah, cool. Either way, we're gonna have 6 problems on the front, 6 problems on the back. So let's get this thing on the paper. I'm gonna share my screen now. Okay, on the front, we are going to title this thing. I always forget that I look for the side that has like the lamination on it because that's the front. Not that it really matters, but who am I kidding? Of course it matters. My title is going to be Graphing Inequalities. I'm just gonna say INEQ, number 1. We'll put our name over here. I hope your name's not name. You can put your actual name there. And then let's start numbering these things. On the front side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on the back, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, you've got all 12 of them on here. We're gonna flip back to the front side. On each of these, you are going to get an equation and you are going to graph the equation. So I'm gonna leave a space for me to write the equation, but then I'm going to use my straight edge here and I am going to draw myself a grid. So your grid should take up most of the box. Something like that. So we are going to draw a grid on every single problem on this paper. So I'm going to draw a grid on number 2. And this way. Is it okay if it's not perfect? Of course not. It should definitely be perfect. Okay, on number 3. Speaking of not being perfect, I have a really hard time finding the center of these things. Okay. Number 4. Excuse me. Number 5. This is super fun. Oh my goodness. Number 6. And on the back side, same stuff. So I know this is super weird to like be listening to me draw this while you do your own, but that's okay. We can make sure you're on pace and you're not drawing really slowly, hopefully. Maybe you are. If that's the case, then I don't know, maybe you'll get better at drawing these when you grow up. Okay. Trying to think of like an interesting story to tell you while I do this. Before I filmed this video, I chugged an entire Chick-fil-A peppermint milkshake. So that was fun. It was good. It was a little like, I don't know. It's been a while since I've had a peppermint milkshake, but it definitely had like lots of crunchy things in it, like the peppermint pieces. So that was both good and bad. They're kind of startling every time you get one because you don't expect to like chew on things in a milkshake. But you know, do what you gotta do. Okay, I'm almost done. I'm on 11 and 12. We are never going to take it for granted again when we have printed paper from the school that we can hand out, and yay. Okay, there are your grids. And now we are going to start solving these problems. So we are going to do numbers 1 and 2 with one another. Let's look at problem number 1 on the front side of this paper. So I am going to start by giving you the inequality for problem number 1. Y is greater than or equal to negative x plus 1. So this is in slope-intercept form. I'll start by putting my first dot at positive 1 on the y-axis because that's my b value. My slope is in front of x, that's a negative 1. That's also like saying negative 1 over 1. So from this dot, I go down 1 to the right 1, 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 down 1 to the right 1. Yes, it's obnoxious. And yes, you have to draw all of them. Go the other direction, up 1 to the left 1, 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 up 1 to the left 1. Before you connect your dots, is it a solid line or a dashed line? Well, I have an equal to there, so that means it's going to be a solid line. And I can connect these with my solid line, and then I can find a test point. Now I am going to test the point 0, 0 because my graph does not go through the origin at 0, 0. So if I test that point 0, 0, I'm going to plug in 0 for x and y. I have 0 is greater than or equal to negative 0 plus 1. Well, negative 0 plus 1 is just 1. Is 0 bigger than 1? No, it is not. So that is not true, which means I do not shade the side with the star. I'm going to end up shading everything above my line here. This is obviously like the best shading you've ever seen in your entire life. Okay, let's go to the next problem. By the way, if you ever accidentally shade the wrong side, just make sure that you like write in there, I shaded the wrong side. If you used pencil, you can erase it. That's one of the beauties of pencil. Okay, let's go to the next problem. We've got y is greater than negative 5/2 x plus 3. So my first dot is at positive 3 because my b value is 3. My slope is telling me to go down 5 to the right 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right 2. And I can't go up 5 to the left 2, so I'm just going to do this. Don't connect the dots until you check. Do you see how this does not have an equal to? So this is not going to be a solid line. It's going to be a dashed line. Dash, 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 dash. Arrows on the ends. Use a test point. Let's figure out where we're shading. Okay, if I test the origin, which I can because the line does not cross through the origin, I have 0 is greater than negative 5/2 times 0 plus 3. All right, that is 0 is greater than 3 because this is 0. Is 0 bigger than 3? No, it's not. So I do not shade this side. I'm going to shade the other side, and over here, I'm shading the side that does not. So this is shading, technically this is called above the line. Okay. This is how you're doing these problems today. Do the problem, then check the answer, and then fix anything that's a mistake, because at the end you're going to submit all your beautiful pictures that are shaded and dotted or solid, and also yeah, do the front and the back side of this because it's really annoying when you don't do both. Okay, yeah, let me pause this if I can. Oh, there it is. That was really funny. I lost the thing where it says that I can end the meeting, but I'm going to end it now. Bye.